Sydney.
Look, wrong number, pal.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's alright, it happens all the time. Bye, see you. Hello.
Hello, Sydney.
No, it's me again. Look, it looks like Sydney gave you the wrong number.
Well, who am I speaking to?
I need to be doing something right now. I kind of
What do you need to do?
Just make a video.
Oh, yeah? What video?
A movie review for YouTube.
Oh, yeah? That's hot. What films will you review?
Scream 4.
Oh, really? That's a scary movie. What's your favorite scary movie?
The first one.
What? No, horror movie. What's your favorite horror movie?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. You must have a favorite.
Well, I like Nightmare on Elm Street a lot. Yeah, and Night of the Living Dead, Texas Chainsaw. Look, I'm hanging up, alright? I don't want to be part of this game you're trying to play. I'm trying to make a video, leave me the fuck alone. Fucking cunt.
Hello, who is this?
It's Sydney.
Well, hello, Sydney. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just ready to watch a movie.
Really? What movie?
Oh, just some scary movie.
You like scary movies? What's your favorite?
I like Thor 2 a lot.
Really?
Yeah, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4.
Oh.
And Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's just what the other guy said.
Oh, yeah? The new one, not that shitty Wes Craven film from the 80s.
Okay.
So what you want to talk to me about, creepy voiced man?
What are you wearing?
I don't see anything on me.
Oh, you're naked.
No, I'm blind.
Oh, I'm
no,
so
I'm
sorry.
just kidding.
Oh, good. Because I want you to see what I'm about to do to you.
What are you going to do to me?
What?
What are you going to do to
I'm
me?
going to cut you into little pieces and feed you to your goldfish.
Ooh, I'm starting to like this. I'm getting aroused. Give me some more dirty talk, mystery man.
You think this is a game? It's a matter of life and death, Sydney. Oh, and by the way, by closing the blinds doesn't mean I'm unable to see you.
What did you just say? Look, this joke's gone far enough. I'm about 2 seconds from calling the fucking
Don't ever
police.
make it in time. This will all be over soon.
Fuck you, asshole. Fuck you. You come into my house, I'll kill you.
I'm already in your fucking house.
Kill me. You're not in my fucking house. You're not in my fucking house.
Finish him! Fatality.
Well, it looks like he couldn't control himself. The date is the 29th of April, The royal wedding is currently on TV and I'm not watching it because I've got better things to do. Like review Your Highness.
In a faraway land, there live two brothers. One brave and bold, the other not so much.
Woo! Courtney, will you make funny faces to entertain me? No! Never triangle face. I hate triangle face. It scares me.
Your brother is about to embark on a quest. The evil wizard Lazar has taken my love. You must journey with your brother to rescue his bride. Can I sleep on it?
Look, Natalie Portman, James Franco. Earlier this year you were nominated for Best Actor in Your Own Film at the 83rd Annual Academy Awards. Which begs the question, what the fuck were you thinking? Okay, I'll get the story out of the way for starters. Danny McBride plays a prince who is jealous of his more handsome and successful brother, played by, and I do say this with some enthusiasm, Oscar-nominated actor James Franco, whose soon-to-be wife, played by Katy Perry lookalike Zooey Deschanel, is captured by the evil Lord Lazar, and they both must set out on this epic quest to save her before he, well, to be evidently, before he fucks her. If you are somewhat mature, avoid this film at all costs, even more than you would normally, because most jokes are followed by the words shit or fuck. If you don't laugh at American actors saying these words in a terrible English accent, then don't go and see this. That doesn't sound funny to anyone, in all honesty. Okay, what I'm trying to say is just avoid this film at all costs. There were honestly some moments in the film which I thought were pretty funny, but there's nowhere near enough for me to walk out thinking that I got my money's worth. When on this epic quest, both Danny and James, which is what I'm going to call them because I'm too lazy to call them by the names in the film, they meet Natalie Portman's character, who plays a psychotic warrior who wears a bikini. That's only in one scene, but whatever, she's semi-naked. But don't bother to see this film just for that, because pretty much the whole scene can be seen in the trailer anyway, so yeah. Now, seeing this film with a bunch of mates from college, we all walked out thinking the same thing. In the film, there is a robotic bird, which is James Franco's pet in the movie, which I take as a parody of Bubo from the original Clash of the Titans film. But still, what the fuck is a robotic bird doing in a film like this? Are you telling me Bilbo's going to be seen driving a Ferrari in Middle-earth in the next Hobbit film? No, it doesn't belong. Like I said, there were a few scenes which I thought were pretty enjoyable. My favourite being the gladiator-style fight scene with some swordsman and a creepy Hydra-type hand thing. Now sure, the action may have been decent and the effects pretty good. The main reason why that scene stood out is because there were boobs everywhere. Other scenes which stand out are the Minotaur scene, which I do not want to go into because quite frankly I'll need another shower after just talking about it. Also the scene when Danny and James meet the wise old wizard, which I have to admit cracked me up a bit. Overall, Your Highness is a film you should miss in theatres, and on DVD there's nothing worth seeing here, except for the boobs. But sitting right in front of you right now is the internet. Use it wisely, my son, for the power of the Google rests in the tips of your fingers. The spank has spoken. Your Highness gets a measly 4 out of 10. Anyways, that's my fairly short review of Your Highness. I didn't really want to see it, and I didn't really want to review it either. So to cheer me up, I'm going to watch the classic film Monty Python and the Holy Grail. No, I'm not. I've got another review to do.
Robert's residence.
Welcome home, Sydney. You're a survivor, aren't you, Sydney? What good's it to be a survivor if everyone close to you is dead? You can't save them. All you can do is watch.
It's a rarity when Wes Craven directs a great horror film. We had The Hills Have Eyes in the 70s, A Nightmare on Elm Street in the 80s, and Scream in the 90s. Scream was the film which flipped the slasher genre on its head by parodying the cliches you would find in the typical slasher movie. It was funny, scary, and overall, one hell of a good horror film. The sequels, on the other hand, not so much. To me, they felt more like rated R episodes of Scooby-Doo than an actual slasher film. Scream 4 stays closer to the original in terms of epicosity by being, in my eyes, far greater than the previous sequels, but not having as much an impact as the original did. Sidney Prescott returns to Woodsboro, the place of the original massacre in the first film, for the signing of her new book, However, once she gets there, the mysterious ghost face returns and starts killing off all the people she knows. David Arquette and Courtney Cox also return, who have quite recently gone through a divorce. Obviously, if you're familiar with the Scream films, you'll know David Arquette plays the Sheriff Dewey, and Courtney Cox plays Gail Weathers, a news reporter turned writer. But there are just so many new faces in this film. Now, despite Woodsboro being somewhat of a dangerous place, you know, a mass murderer running around town stabbing people, I would love to live there because it's populated with some of the hottest chicks. We have Emma Roberts, Hayden Panettiere, who I thought stole the whole show, Anna Paquin from the X-Men films, and basically every female in this film is hot. Even Courtney Cox and Neve Campbell, who are getting on a bit, you would. You know you would. As you would expect, some of the dialogue in this film isn't great, but some of the things Ghostface says are. The reason why Ghostface is such a mysterious killer is because it can be anyone, and now even more so. The Scream mask was already popular even before the Scream films came out, and in this film there is a Ghostface voice changer app, so basically anyone can be the killer. The film does get extremely tense at some parts, with the music just enhancing the mood, and the majority of the actors are great. Now, I don't like to criticise actors and actresses that much because, if you've noticed, I can't act for shit. However, Emma Roberts, who played Sydney's cousin in the film, I thought her performance was pretty bad actually. With that being said, I think Hayden Panettiere gave the best performance of the film, and I came out thinking of her. Even more than I would normally. I was looking out for a Wes Craven cameo because in the first film, I believe, he played a cleaner in the school who wore the same striped top that Freddy Krueger wore. I can't remember if he was in the other two sequels, but I was really looking for him in here. The opening to this film was great, not as impactful as the opening to the first film with Drew Barrymore, but still great and completely over the top, parodying all the conventions of a slasher film and the audience's reaction to them. The ending, on the other hand, when the killer is unmasked, it was completely ridiculous. Jumping the shark, nuking the fridge, frying the coke, whatever you want to call it, just preposterous. Oh yeah, I got 4 cap. Throughout the film I was really rating it in my head, as there were scenes which I loved and then there were scenes which I didn't really like. But there was one quote said by Neve Campbell at the end which really persuaded me to love this film. And that quote was, "You don't fuck with the original." The whole audience laughed, the words of Wes Craven coming out of her mouth targeted at Hollywood. Overall, I cannot recommend you see this film unless you're a fan of the Scream franchise and just a big horror fan, because there are so many references in this film, it's unbelievable. My personal rating is 6.7 out of 10.
I have sacrificed much to achieve peace. For, through your arrogance and stupidity, you have opened these peaceful realms and innocent lives to the horror and devastation of war. You are a vain, greedy, cruel boy. You are an old man and a fool! You're unworthy! Father, I now take from you your power! And I cast you out!
2011, the year Marvel took over cinema. Coming up next is X-Men First Class, and then we have the first Avenger, Captain America, leading to the most anticipated film ever, The Avengers. Now, I am not the biggest fan of the Thor comics, I have to admit. I love the series which take place in Asgard, but when Thor is on Earth, or Midgard as it is known in the comics, the characters seem too goofy to me. Somehow the writers of this film actually managed to make Thor not seem goofy at all, and actually make him quite believable. The film starts off with Thor crash landing to Earth in a storm in the Mexico desert and is found by 3 scientists, one of which is played by Natalie Portman. And when Natalie Portman is involved, you don't care about the others. Well, not all the time. Natalie then asks where he came from, and we are treated with a flashback to Thor in Asgard, which is the fantasy world he lives in outer space. The first section of the flashback seems to focus more on Odin, Thor's father, as he was in battle with the frost giants of Jotunheim. We see Thor as a little boy and then to where he is now, a hot-headed, arrogant prince, and you don't really like him. Then, after a series of events, Thor, along with his brother Loki and the Warriors 3, travel to Jotunheim to wage war against the frost giants, and have this huge epic battle with the frost giants. Now, I am surprised and a little disappointed that there was no Ymir. I think that's how he pronounced his name. If you are familiar with the comics, you will know Ymir as this huge frost giant who can be seen in Marvel's Ultimate Alliance. We do, however, have some weird looking salamander creature, which is pretty cool, I guess. The film jumps, and I hope I'm not giving too much away here. Thor being banished by Odin to Earth, and we then land back to where we were at the beginning with Natalie Portman and those other two scientists who you couldn't give two shits about. Throughout the rest of the film, we then have sceneries take both on Earth and in Asgard, and truthfully, I didn't have a favourite one. It's not like Sucker Punch, where all I wanted was the fantasy action scenes. Here, I loved both scenes which took place on Asgard and Earth. I was a little sceptical at first of Chris Hemsworth being Thor. What, that guy from Star Trek? Sure, let him play the God of Thunder. I always thought it would be Triple H from WWE. I mean, look at him. He looks the part, and he carries a sledgehammer. He's ready to go. But after seeing the first picture of him as Thor, damn. The rest of the cast was just perfect, in all honesty. Anthony Hopkins was born to play Odin, and Tom Hiddleston I was surprised at because he played a great Loki. Now all this is down to the great directing of Kenneth Branagh, who brought the best out in his cast. I could go into all the other characters, but truthfully they're all good, except for that annoying scientist girl. I mean, Jesus Christ. The imagery in Asgard was amazing, and it contrasts so much with the scenes taking place on Earth, as it's set in the Mexico desert. If it was Tokyo or New York, maybe. But because it's Mexico desert, there's shit to see but sand. The architecture of the huge halls and just the vast world of Asgard were outstanding. Definitely something to admire. I was also surprised at how they made the rainbow bridge seem believable. I mean, seriously, a bridge made of a rainbow which takes you to and from worlds? Sounds pretty stupid, right? Also, the costume designs, they look freaking awesome. I mean, seriously, next Christmas I want a Mjolnir, an Odin eye patch, and a Heimdall helmet. The film was awesome, I have to say. If you're a fan of the comics, or if you're just after a good fantasy action film, then check it out, it was all good. Well, if I were to nitpick, I could pick on a few things. For instance, the action scenes, especially the ones set in Asgard. You can't see shit because it's all shot from extreme close-up. If you thought the fight scenes from the Bourne Ultimatum were confusing, you ain't seen shit yet. It's just a mess of clanking metal, and I think it's something to do with the 3D because it makes everything seem much darker. But truthfully, the 3D wasn't bad. It was probably the best post-converted to 3D film I've seen, but still, if you plan on going to see it in 2D. Now, due to the Avengers film nearly at our doorstep, we have the usual special appearances. Clark Gregg as Special Agent Coulson from S.H.I.E.L.D., who was also in the Iron Man movies, Sam Jackson as Nick Fury appears in the end credits, and also Hawkeye. If you are familiar with the comics, you will know of this character who was said to appear in the Avengers film next year. If you have been following these films like I have, you will know Jeremy Renner will be playing Hawkeye in the Avengers. Now, I did not expect to see him at all in this film. When someone is called by S.H.I.E.L.D. to take down Thor, there's a shot behind him and he grabs his bow, and I'm like, no, it can't be. And then there's the shot where he's elevated up in a crane, and there's this close-up of the side of his face, and it was Jeremy Renner, and I was like, shit man, Hawkeye is in this movie. Sure, he only had about 30 seconds screen time, but who cares? Hawkeye! As for Thor, it's been said by some critics as being the best Marvel film since Iron Man, and I have to agree. The reason why I don't like it as much as Iron Man is for the simple fact that I prefer the character of Iron Man over Thor. However, that's not to say this film wasn't bad. It's far from it. It was an epic superhero movie, and it feels like the filmmakers put a lot of time and effort into it. It's an incredibly fun and entertaining movie to watch on the big screen, and features the best cameo appearance from Stan Lee yet. If you're not familiar with the character of Thor, you should still see this film, because you'll just enjoy it anyway. Even if you walk out and didn't like it, I'm sure you've wasted money on worse films. My personal rating is 8 out of 10. Anyways, that ends yet another review video, guys. I have absolutely no idea when the next video will be because I don't know what's coming out in the cinema. It will probably be Pirates of the Caribbean, Attack the Block, and might actually wait till X-Men First Class, which is out on like the 1st of June. So you might not hear from me in the next month. As always, thanks guys for watching. Leave a comment down below of what you thought about these films. Right now I'm going to watch The Royal Wedding, and I'm only joking. Anyways, I'll leave you with some bloopers from the Scream parody. Catch you guys later.
So what, you want to talk to me about? Oh, fuck.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh.
coming soon. Them seas get stuck and curse back in their mother's womb. The shit is written in my eyes.
What the fuck?
You cash shit and kittens, I gotta dish you. My niggas be cocking pistols, shot and split you. Fuck splitting the profits with you. What? 6% of y'all niggas is just prepared. Clicks with clips, pussy niggas stick with dicks. What? Niggas act bully and blast for the fast penny. My auto is fully. Plenty of you niggas pack a semi. Speak Thor, show you